time, we return from executive session at 7:54. The next part of our meeting is the comments from the audience. And before we move on to the comments from the audience, I would just like to remind everyone in attendance of the procedures for this part of the meeting. This is a time of the board meeting when citizens have an opportunity to bring comments or concerns before the board. When you address the board, please state your name and address and identify the organization you represent, if any. Comments should be directed to the board as a whole and not to any one individual. Please refrain from any personal attacks or inappropriate language during your comments. Please also note that this is time where we, as board members, simply listen to your comments. So please do not be upset when there is not a response from board members. Each person is limited to 3 minutes for their comments. The board will enforce the 3-minute time limit out of respect for the other speakers and the people in attendance at tonight's meeting. Thank you. Anyone wish to speak? Yes, sir.
Mr. Armstrong,
Yes.
President of the school board and members of the school board and Dr. Right, Superintendent. Haven't had an opportunity to officially meeting yet, but I'm here today to address the matter that we have on the agenda for the public action eventually. It's concerning the termination of an employee. And I'm here to tell you that as a member of OEA, a representative of OEA, we're supportive of your efforts for student achievement. We're also advocate for the employees that we represent. The young lady whose name appeared on your agenda for personnel action has been an employee of yours for approximately 8 years. We're not saying the person is perfect. The individual has been in meetings with your administration, and it is the belief of the employee that the action that will be taken to her is too severe. We ask that you would have that action reconsidered by the administration for something less than what you suggested. We understand that there is a provision in the contract that actually says that employees must be listened to just cause. We understand that. But we ask that you reconsider the facts and consider a different option. Okay? Any questions?
Thank you. Yes.
Hello, my name is John Weismerski. We've given a family scholarship on behalf of my mom, Terry Weismerski, probably in the last 15 years with the Stow Schools Foundation. It's a wonderful opportunity where my brothers and sisters get together, we pick a name, and we get together on awards night. I was very disappointed to read in the Beacon Journal on March 27th regarding the accusations about the treasurer. I was more even appalled that we didn't even receive a letter from this organization. Now, I know the board doesn't have anything to do with this organization. However, on your website, you do have a link to the Stow Schools Foundation. I ask that you remove that link for the reason being they've lost their 501(c) status since May of 2014. I have the document here, or you're more welcome to go to the IRS website and look for yourself. That explains when we talked to Dr. Jones, when my brother came in from California, who had a matching grant. It's the first time an educator turned down money, and it was so disappointing that we want to continue the scholarship, not for our own generation, for my kids and beyond. So the Terry Weismerski Scholarship stays for a long time. We did not receive one call back. We've never received a letter for any fundraisers or anything. The reason I'm being here tonight is I'm so frustrated that I'm just asking you guys to take it off. If someone were to donate and assume that they were going to get a tax exemption, there'd be, you're not going to get one. If they do decide to come back, I would ask the board, I'm just asking the board, it's simple enough. They can go to the handbook for nonprofits on the Attorney General website. I'd ask that you ensure sure that they're following that to the T before they even say to put that on your website again. So I'm asking you to take it off until they get their legal issues resolved. I'm also going to try to find out, I'm thinking the board members should also have some type of responsibility to this, because I don't even know if we lost any money towards that organization. I appreciate your time this evening, but this isn't over for us, because we certainly want to support the schools, we want to be there. If there's something that you have an alternative where we can put a scholarship for, I'd be more than happy to volunteer my time, because we're looking to move this scholarship. I just can't spend that much time dealing with people not returning my phone calls, we wanted, like I said, we took us almost 6 months to get a statement, and I didn't realize through the Attorney General, you're supposed to get a statement every year. And I even feel bad on behalf of my brother and sister. We have five other brothers and sisters. So, again, we want to continue the scholarship, maybe not the Stow Schools Foundation, or maybe go some other organization. And if it's been going on, like I got the police report for this long, maybe it's time for someone to resign and some of those board members to resign. And I'd be happy to work with you or anybody else that would want to start something new. I don't want to make this all negative. I want to keep this going on. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Mazursky.
Thanks, John. I was unaware that they lost their status.
Yeah, you're more.
Last May? Oh, no,
Okay.
thank you.
I'd also like to interject, you're not talking about this board, you're talking about the board
Stow
of the
Schools
Foundation.
Foundation.
Foundation. I just want the public to know that you're not talking about.
Can you make sure to see Julia right behind me in here and make sure she's taking her name and phone number for
Sure.
you tonight?
Okay.
Because I'd like to give you a call.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. I'll get you a mic.
Good evening. I'm Carrie Croft, and I come before you tonight to ask you not to grant Mr. Fritz's recommendation for termination of my employment. I've been a bus driver here in Stow for almost 6 years. I know my job, I know all the required duties of my job, and I do it well. My job does not start when the bus is turned on and I'm driving, nor does it end when I pull in the bus gate at the bus garage and park. I am not only a bus driver, I am a nurse, custodian, teacher, and a principal to the children on my bus. As a driver, I am required to do an AM pre-trip inspection, a post-trip inspection after my AM and PM routes. I also do PM walk-around before starting my afternoon. My job also required me to fuel clean my bus, as well as complete paperwork, inspections, accidents, injuries, behavioral write-ups, and traffic violations. My job description, department handbook, contract, Ohio pre-service manual, Ohio pupil transportation book, Ohio CDL manual also describes and requires my job duties. My work time, I report on my time card reflects the time that it takes me to do my total job each day. Mr. Fritz says that the time is based on GPS recording of my bus is on and running and everything else I do on my own. I'm a non-exempt employee. I'm not salary. The Department of Labor, Fair Labor Standard Acts support me issue and duty of my job. I have been singled out. There are 50 bus drivers. We all do the same. We all claim the time it takes to do our jobs. I feel I was bullied, threatened with criminal actions unless I resign, and the MOU proves it. I've done nothing wrong, only my job. I would gladly discuss this issue further in a private executive session with my advocate, Dr. Landon, before your judgment is made. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I'd like to say something.
As an employee of the district, you cannot talk about another employee or personnel matter.
I can talk about driving.
Okay.
Bus driver.
Yeah, right. And I'm not discussing personnel.
Thank you. I don't want to be out of order.
Just want to make sure.
I appreciate it. I don't want to be out of order. I'm Tom Munroe. I'm a bus driver. I live at 1884 Lillian Road. I'm a bus driver, and I'm very, very concerned over the situation of being a bus driver. I have people, sometimes
Wait,
people.
wait, wait. You're talking about employment. That needs to be taken up with, through the channels.
Yeah, but you guys make a decision. It's a
You need to
what
talk,
I'm
you need to
saying.
bring that up.
All I want,
Explain, can you explain better?
If there's concern about your condition, or the condition under which you work, you need to take it through your supervisor first.
I'm
Be Larry, and then to.
my concern is how it's being handled here. This is just my opinion, if I may here. You people that make these decisions are very important to us bus drivers. I'm a bus driver. And some of these decisions, maybe I'm thinking, correct me if I'm wrong, that you've never driven a bus. Have any of you driven a bus driver, or driven a bus? You don't understand maybe what goes on exactly. You understand the rules that's set. These rules are set for a general thing, for a reason of busing every day, for the kids that we bus safely, for ourselves and for parents and for you all. So we're very concerned about it. So I'm concerned about how some things are being talked to us about. Okay, that's maybe people that aren't educated enough on busing as we are, and we do it every day. That's all it is. I appreciate I'm concerned, okay? That's all I want you to realize. Please be fair.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? At this time, we will move to the minutes. We have, is there a motion to approve the, first of all, we want to separate any of the minutes? Is there a motion to approve the March 16th, 2015 regular board meeting minutes and the March 30th, 2015 special board meeting minutes? Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, is there discussion?
Can I say something real quick? Just on the March 30th special board meeting, I just want to make sure that it's known for the public that that special board meeting was for a suspension appeal. When legal counsel handles the expulsion and suspension appeals, they become legal minutes or board meetings with minutes, and that's what that is. So I didn't want to make sure everybody was, you'll start seeing that occasionally. So I just wanted to
Hopefully,
make sure
very
that-
rare.
Right.
All right, any other discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Badaji?
Aye.
Mrs. Matthews?
Aye.
Mrs. Bowers?
Aye.
Mr. Armstrong?
Aye.
Mrs. Betty?
Aye.
Now we'll move on to the superintendent's recommendations. Mr. Brad?
Wish to recommend the Board of Education approve the following personnel recommendations. Appointment of Michael Dawes, classified mechanic step 3, 8 hours per day, 12 months per year, effective April 13th due to the death of a district employee. Audrey Kranek, school psychologist substitute, as presented in Exhibit 1. This is due to testing. At this time of year, 2 times a year, we're testing for identification is very, very heavy, and we have to employ some extra help at that time. Then the termination, Carrie Croft, which was discussed this evening, and that is in your hands. So,
Is there a motion? For the superintendent's recommendation.
So moved.
Is there a second? No second on the superintendent's recommendations? Did anyone want to divide the superintendent's recommendations up?
I do want to divide them.
Aye.
Is there a motion to divide the superintendent's recommendations?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. And, okay, we'll divide to 3. Okay, is there a motion?
We have that motion to divide, so we should go
vote on
to
that motion.
Yeah, motion to divide. So, roll call, please, for motion to divide the superintendent's recommendations.
Mrs. Matthews.
Aye.
Mrs. Powers.
Aye.
Mr. Armstrong.
Aye.
Mrs. Bedio.
Aye.
Mr. Benacci.
Aye.
All right, we'll take them one at a time and divide the motion. Is there a motion for the employment of the Class 5 mechanic?
So moved. Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Continue the same order, just to, yeah, because this is getting kind of
Yeah,
messed
a
up.
little confusing.
Yeah, Mrs. Matthews.
Aye.
Mrs. Powers.
Aye.
Mr. Armstrong.
Aye.
Mrs. Bedio.
Aye.
And Mr. Benacci.
Aye.
Is there a motion for the school psychologist substitute as presented in Exhibit 1?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mrs. Bedio.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Matthews.
Aye.
Mrs. Powers.
Aye.
Mr. Armstrong.
Aye.
Mrs. Bedio.
Aye.
Mr. Benacci.
Is there a motion for the termination of the Class 3 bus driver at 4.75 hours per day? The motion fell? No motion? Pardon? Pull this one off the table for right now?
I think you need to make a motion to table it.
Motion to table?
Motion to table.
Okay. Is there a second?
I second it.
Second?
Bradley.
I don't believe we need to call.
I second.
We should.
Yeah.
Roll call, please. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Matthews.
Aye.
Mrs. Powers. Mr. Armstrong.
Aye.
Mrs. Bedio.
Aye.
Mr. Benacci.
Now, after that, we will move on to this second part, B of the superintendent's recommendation.
Extended field trips, I'm asking that you, the board approve extended field trips for high school FCCLA, traveling to Columbus with 10 students and 2 chaperones for state leadership conference, high school at the Science Olympiad, 17 students, 2 chaperones traveling to Columbus to participate in the Science Olympiad state competition, high school softball, varsity softball team is going to coach to going to Columbus to participate in a tournament. They will leave on May 1st and return May 2nd, and staying in Columbus at the Holiday Inn there. High school track team for the state track meet. They will depart on Thursday, June 4th, and return on Saturday, June 6th. The students that qualify in the coach.
Second? Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Powers.
Aye.
Mr. Armstrong.
Aye.
Mrs. Bedio.
Aye.
Mr. Benacci.
Aye.
Mrs. Matthews.
Aye.
I'd like to wish to recommend the Board of Education approve the following gifts from Ms. Palmer Barr, Ruth Cole, Karen Kahn, Amy Kushert, Donna Hallis, Ann Hedler, Susan Iverson, Frank and Kendra Joseph, Elizabeth Klamer, Charles and Teresa Mullet, Steve Pierce, Jim Sellers, the Stow Munroe Falls Booster Club, who donated $7,000 towards the high school gym sound system, which is just an incredible donation. So we thank them for that. And the Stow Munroe Falls PTSA donated $500 for the high school close-up program, and as well as a personal donation from Lisa Woodard. And I didn't mention all of them specifically because there are a lot of individual donations here, but I would just say collectively, just very thankful and appreciative of all the donations that our different clubs received. I would also like, it's not in your agenda, but I just received it today, I'd also like to publicly thank the Stow Munroe Falls Chamber of Commerce who passed a resolution declaration of support regarding our renewal levy. And that will be going into the newspaper that's been sent off to the Century as well. So I'd like to thank them both.
All right. Okay.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, roll, discussion?
I think it's fabulous that everybody's making all these donations to these clubs. It's
Yes.
It's very much appreciated.
Yes.
All right, roll call, please.
Mr. Armstrong.
Aye.
Mrs. Bedio.
Aye.
Mrs. Hodges.
Aye.
Mrs. Matthews.
Aye.
Mrs. Powers.
Aye.
I have no old business or new business on the agenda. I haven't heard of the need for a possible second executive session.
Go here now. I want to make a motion to go into executive session, item number 1, personnel, to consider appointment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, or compensation.
All right, okay. There's a motion to go into executive session for the purpose of considering the employment dismissal and discipline of a public employee. Information to be discussed during the executive session is confidential. As such, preserving confidentiality is necessary for the conduct of the board's business and is therefore subject to non-disclosure requirements. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, discussion. All right.
I don't think there will be any action taken after we come back and it just adjourn
Right.
the discussion this evening.
When we come back, there will be no action taken.
No, just adjourn.
All right, there will be no action taken. We're going to executive session now at 8.
Roll call.
Roll call. Roll call.
Mrs. Bedio.
Aye.
Mr. Hodges.
Aye.
Mrs. Matthews.
Aye.
Mrs. Powers. Mr. Armstrong.
Aye. Executive session at 8:17.